Gemma, Tasha just says she loved me. Do you hear my silence? That's how much I don't care for this whole situation and that couple. Thank you very much. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. I'll be honest with you, that was a strong, a very strong episode. I'm looking at my notes and I'm just like, where do we start? Where do we end? Where did we begin? I don't really know. So as I usually end, I always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, of course, be sure to subscribe. Number two, also be sure to follow me on my Instagram. I have a giveaway coming up for our 25k. And number three, get cozy, comfy, hot Ribena and your snacks. And let's get into this very juicy review. Alrighty, so let's start off with the morning after the recoupling. Now, as you guys know, in yesterday's episode, there was a recoupling. If you haven't yet watched my review, definitely be sure to check it out. And as you guys know, every single morning there's basically a gisting session. So gist is, like I said yesterday, gossip, you know, just let us know what's going on through your head. The girls of course separate and have their little combo, and the guys also separate and have their combo as well. Just a few things that I guess I do want to flag up from that. The girls were speaking and Paige was saying it was nice to be in a bed with Jax. You guys already know how we feel about Paige, okay? Paige definitely showed us a new side to her yesterday. I don't know about you, but I'm watching her. I'm definitely watching her. So interesting how Paige low-key changed her image and her reputation changed within, what, I'm going to say 2 minutes with that combo that she made. So very interesting as well. Danica was also speaking about how she doesn't have any bitterness towards Jay and he has taken a very mature approach to the situation. You guys already know how I do feel about that. Although I know Danica was put in a very interesting situation with having to pick between with Jay and Charlie. I just feel like, just for embarrassment's sake, she should have just gone with Charlie, because Jay was very clear that he didn't want to get to know her on such a level. Ekin-su, we're going to speak about Ekin-su and Davide shortly, okay, because it's given date night, okay, or date day, shall I say. Ekin-su was saying that she was very happy to sleep with Davide because they are very much familiar with Sarah, because they are very much familiar with one another. And Tasha made one weird comment as well, saying that, you know, she really likes Andrew but she wants to keep him on his toes. We're gonna get into Tasha and Andrew. You guys already know how I feel about them and my feelings still stand, okay? I'm not changing it for no one. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the boys. Jay was also speaking about the situation, of course, just letting the guys know that he does feel like Danica is a very sweet girl, but he is definitely going to try and get to know Antigoni even more. And Andrew as well was just speaking about how Tasha's speech was very sweet. So that's kind of like the main gist of what was discussed in the morning gisting session. So let's move on to the Love Island annual, brunch, the annual Love Island brunch, which is literally where they have brunch as couples in the villa. I'll quickly flag on some things that were said. You guys know I hear things that are very interesting, okay? My ears definitely pick up on things that the average person may not listen to, but... So let's start off with Tasha and Andrew. Andrew made a very interesting comment. You guys know I pick up on things, okay? It's just how I work. It's how my brain and my eyes and my ears function. Andrew said, oh, cheers. What did he say again? Yeah, cheers to being the only original couple still going strong. If that's strength, I actually don't want it. That's all I'm gonna say. Next, Paige and Jax. He was saying that he definitely had his eyes on Paige the second he came to the villa, and he was of course very happy with her. Danica and Jay, they were basically just speaking about how he feels. What was quite awkward was Danica was literally when I say shower, okay, think of yourself in a shower and water just dripping. Danica was showering Jay with compliments. I just think you're a great guy. I think you're very smart. I think you're this, on the outside world. Did Jay compliment Danica back? Oh God, guys, blood in my eyes, okay, blood in my eyes. I hate seeing Danica go out so sad. That's all I'm gonna say. Dami and India, they were speaking about how happy he was with her speech. What was quite key was, of course, you guys know Dami is based in Ireland, and I'm about to say Danica, sorry, and India is based in South London. So she was just kind of speaking to him about, you know, Irish life. I'll be very honest with you, I don't really know what I expected from Ireland. I've heard of it and I've seen things, but at the same time, I just feel like it comes across as really grassy. So it's actually quite funny that she felt, you know, that Dami actually lived in a village. They were also speaking about families as well. So I thought that was actually quite cute. Ekin-su and Davide, you guys know we're going to get into them shortly anyway, but Ekin-su and Davide, We're basically speaking about their situation because now you guys know they are in a couple again, and we all know about the Ekin-su and Davide storyline as the season has gone on as well. What I did note down, and I did note this down when we do get into Davide and Ekin-su later on, is like, she's definitely in her Mother Teresa bag right now. Like, you know, she's very soft-spoken, you know, she's just looking at Davide, just admiring him speaking. She definitely does want to try and leave a good impression on Davide, because we definitely know that Davide's pride is on 100, okay? Davide's pride is 100% on 100, and I guess she's just trying to show him a new side to her. So seeing Ekin-su like this is nice, but it's also a bit weird. And last but not least, Antigoni and Charlie. Antigoni was pretty much just speaking about, you know, what she really wants in terms of like a guy and in terms of love and finding someone as well. Do I think Antigoni and Charlie are going to try something romantically? 100% not. But unfortunately, or I don't want to say unfortunately, because it's not like Charlie's the worst, but Charlie's just boring. You guys already know how I feel about Charlie. I would rather watch paint dry. So yeah, that is the annual Love Island brunch. So let's move on to the nighttime. Of course, Ekin-su was speaking with Luca about Davide and how, of course, she knows that she's messed up in the past, but she definitely wants to get to know Davide on that level again. Luca was saying something very interesting, which is what we've all kind of thought, to be honest. It's not that Davide doesn't 100% like Ekin-su, but with the disrespect and the pride and the arguments and things that they've had, he definitely doesn't trust her. So Luca was saying, you know, like, I honestly feel like that's probably the reason why you feel like Davide is treating you or reacting to you or speaking to you the way that he is. Like I did say, it's definitely giving Mary Magdalene, it's definitely giving Mother Teresa. Okay, Auntie CCTV has changed. She's changed on us, and I'm just thinking, damn, city goes down. City goes down. But at the same time, I'm actually here for Davide and Ekin-su, and I didn't think I would ever say that, but they are 100% growing on me. And I think Ekin-su also speaking to Luca about the situation was definitely a step in the right direction for Luca to also speak to Davide. And if you guys know, that is exactly what Luca done. So Luca went to speak to Davide, and if anything, Davide, from Davide's point of view, he was just saying, you know, like, it's only been a day, and I get it, you know, like, we've been through a lot in the villa. It's only been a day since we've been recoupled. Give things time. Luca, of course, was also saying, like, you know, you can tell that she's really going to try and things are really going to change. But I think for Davide, it's literally just that stance. It's still early days, okay? I've known you since you've been in this villa, but it's early days for us to be rekindling the way you expect us to as well. So yeah, I'm very happy that Davide and Ekin-su are starting to work things out, and we are going to see this later on in the episode as well. But at the same time, sis, it's been 24 hours, you know, let him marinate the situation and let him rest. So let's move on briefly to Antigoni speaking with Ekin-su about the recoupling. Personally, yesterday in the recoupling, when Antigoni was giving her speech after Ekin-su had chosen Davide, because in case you don't know, her and Davide were already in a couple before, of course, the recoupling. She did make a cheeky comment, I think something like, oh, you know, some people haven't been genuine here. And of course, that was a dig to Ekin-su. Not trying to be funny or anything, but I actually don't feel like Ekin-su owed Antigoni any loyalty. I don't even feel like I needed to come and tell you that I was going to recouple with Davide, if I'm going to be very honest with you. So they were just having a conversation about the recoupling. So let's move on to Jay getting a text. And instantly, when I saw the text, I was just like, oh my gosh, is this the dumping time? Only to find out it's the Hideaway. The Hideaway is open. I was thinking, guys, this is not the content that we came to watch and see today. We were expecting the dumping to happen ASAP. But no, the Hideaway was open. In all honesty, I did actually think that they were going to pick India and Dami to go into the Hideaway, but they ended up picking Gemma and Luca. So, of course, Gemma and Luca started getting ready. I won't lie, I do think Gemma looks absolutely lovely. I'm still trying to let it marinate that she's actually 19. Like, she's actually 19. But I feel like as the episodes have gone on, she definitely is starting to, not starting if anything, but she definitely displays, you know, quite mature characteristics. She seems to be quite level-headed, and if anything, Luca's the one that's acting like the 19-year-old when it comes to being in a couple with her. Of course, they were in the Hideaway. He was asking her what her favorite bread is, which is okay. It's a you know what, people were laughing, but it's a serious question, because if the bread is not even breading, then can we work? Can this situation really work? So I definitely do have to give him that. He also asked her if she sees herself falling in love with him. She did say potentially with the way things are going, but yeah. You guys already know how I feel about Luca. I'm still going to speak about him later on, but I just personally feel like Luca is just very interesting, definitely very much obsessed with Gemma as well. And we're also going to speak about that very shortly, because he says a very interesting comment. Let's move on to nighttime. Ekin-su once again, okay, doing up Mother Teresa. Davide was sleeping and she was even putting the cover over him. So it's very nice to see Ekin-su in a new light. but it's also very hard to see her in a new light as well, just because we know where she's come from. So it's nice to see growth, you know, personal development, we definitely stand. Paige and Jax. What's the meaning of all of that? No, what was the actual meaning? I'm gonna leave it there. If you didn't watch the episode, go and watch it. We don't promote that on this channel, okay? We definitely don't promote it. But if you want to go and see what happened, please definitely go and watch that episode. So let's move on to the following morning. As you guys know, Luca and Gemma were in the Hideaway, and he was, you know, coming out and, you know, just speaking. I think they were even still in bed, and he did say something like, what did he say again? Why am I trying to think when I've got notes? He said, "I'm obsessed, I promise." I think that's very weird. Okay, I think that is actually very weird. Not saying you can't be obsessed with someone, but I feel like the way Luca's going around and the way he's acting towards Gemma, it's just very weird and cringe to me. I don't know. Am I the only one getting the ick? I don't know, maybe I am. Gemma, of course, was also speaking to the girls, and she was letting them know that Luca was basically doing weird things. So they can be sleeping and he'll whisper in her ear like, "Oh, you know, you're just so beautiful. You're the most beautiful girl I've met." Is that cute? I don't know. I don't get good vibes from Luca, so that's just that, and I'm gonna end it there. So let's move on to the daytime. Ekin-su got a text that her and Davide were going on a date. What was quite funny was when she got the text, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I'm gonna play it cool with you." And I was just thinking, sis, you haven't been playing it cool. Davide knows that he has you wrapped, okay? Wrapped, covered, sealed and protected around his finger. But she was definitely buzzing to go on the date. Let's talk about, oh, I won't lie, I definitely do feel like Ekin-su looked absolutely lovely. I do think she's a beautiful girl anyway. I know Love Island are trying to push this whole sustainability, this theme, okay, I know Love Island, sorry, are trying to push the whole sustainability theme for this season. In case you don't know, they ditched the PLT collab and now they're moving with eBay to help promote recycling and sustainability. But the wedges, the wedges that they have our good girls wearing, no, okay? Let's bring back some decent heels. If we can, okay, if we can. Their date ended up being in the vineyard, so they were stepping on grapes, and even after they finished stepping on grapes, also washed these feet. And I was just thinking, wow, Davide. I do feel like the girl that does fall in love with Davide is going to be treated like an absolute queen, because he definitely seems like a certified lover boy, but Ekin-su just brought out his bad side, if you know what I mean. They ended up having a chat and they were speaking about families. She also asked him if his mum would like her, just talking and everything. And then what was really random, which I won't lie, guys, as much as I love them, I got the ick. I'm sorry. I love Ekin-su and Davide together, back together, shall I say, but I got the ick. Davide was just speaking and Ekin-su just holds his face and needs him for a kiss. I was just a bit confused, that's what I'm gonna say. I was just a bit confused. She did say, you know, "I'm sorry, you just look really cute." But I just feel like with this situation, it's very nice that she's showing Davide that she's changed. I just don't want her to come across as being full force. Do you get what I mean? I just wanted to chill a bit and let Davide catch up to where she is. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Let's go back to the villa, okay? Because we're still gonna go back to them, but let's go back to the villa because something happened. Something happened. Andrew says something, and I was just thinking, I'm not trying to be funny. Love Island are really trying to push Andrew and Tasha as being this year's Love Island winners, and I'm not here for it. I have to be very honest. I'm actually just not here for it. So of course, like, everyone is just in the villa chilling. Andrew is with Tasha, and then he randomly just says, "Gemma, Tasha just says she loved me." Do you hear my silence? That's how much I don't care for this whole situation and that couple. Thank you very much. Moving on, back to Ekin-su and Davide. Oh, was that shady? Anyway, I don't care. Yeah, moving on to Ekin-su and Davide. They obviously, of course, got back from the date. They were holding hands, doing up couple. Like I did say, I do think they did look really good together. And of course, Ekin-su ended up spitting to speak to the girls, and Davide also ended up spitting to speak to the guys. Ekin-su was just letting them know that it went really well. She was very giddy, very happy, very smiley. Davide was also speaking with the guys, and of course Davide told the guys before Ekin-su told the girls that she kissed him. So all of a sudden the guys were just like making noise, as guys do anyway. But they did genuinely ask him, you know, how are you feeling about the whole situation overall? And he did say he's 50-50. He's 50% with her, but the other 50 he's basically just trying to suss her out, kind of judge her character. And I don't necessarily blame him, you know, they definitely had a huge fallout just a couple weeks, or or even a couple days, shall I say, into them both being in the villa together. So it is very nice to see Ekin-su and Davide rekindle. They're definitely giving me like divorced parents vibes that still love each other. But it'll be also very interesting to see if Davide does let his guard down and gives Ekin-su another chance. So let's move on to the nighttime. I know I said I didn't want to speak about them again, but they just keep giving us scenes. They keep giving us scenes of Tasha and Andrew. So Tasha and Ekin-su were having a conversation, and Tasha was just like, oh, how do you know when you're in love? So number one, it's trying to take us back to what was discussed before, because even when Andrew did say, oh, Gemma, Tasha said she loves me, no one actually cared. If I'm going to be honest, the silence in the villa, I could hear the cockroaches. So in all honesty, bringing the scenes back, very interesting. But she was just asking Ekin-su, you know, oh, how do you know when you're in love with someone? And Ekin-su said, oh, you know, I think she said you put yourself before them. They always, no, you put yourself before them. You're always on their mind, or they're always in your mind. They do nice things for you, blah, blah, blah. And then Tasha, of course, was smiling, and Ekin-su was just like, oh, why are you smiling like that? Is everything okay? And she's just like, yeah, everything's fine. I just don't care for it. I'm so sorry. I just don't care for them. Moving on, Danica and Luca were having a conversation, and in all honesty, I did really like this conversation, if I'm going to be really honest with you. Luca was basically just saying that, you know, she seems quite happier around the villa. I don't know where that comment came from. I don't know. We're not seeing all the scenes anyway, but he was saying that, you know, she does seem quite happy around the villa. How is she doing? And Danica was just being very open and honest with the whole situation. I do think that was nice, because I don't know if anyone has actively had a conversation with Danica since the recoupling, or if a lot of people took her feelings into consideration other than India. You guys already know what happened yesterday when Paige was like, oh, sorry girls, is it okay? Yeah, Paige, you're on our list. Paige does not know. Paige is on the public's watch list right now. So next, Tasha and Andrew were speaking, and oh gosh, I hate the fact I actually have to keep speaking about them, but it's because they keep giving us scenes. Anyway, Tasha and Andrew were speaking, and she basically asked, is there anything that you would change about me? And he said something about he just wants to make sure that she feels reassured, whatever. Like I said, I actually just don't even care to talk. But whilst they were talking, they were interrupted. Thank God. They were interrupted by a text which asked for the islanders to gather around the fire pit. Now, you guys know whenever the islanders have to gather around the fire pit, it is never good news, okay? Something is happening, someone is going. So of course, all of the islanders gathered around the fire pit, and they were informed that the public were voting, or had voted, for their most compatible couple, and that the least compatible was going to get dumped tonight. So of course, everyone is gasping, what's going to happen? So let's get into the couples saved in no particular order. Dami and India, because I know that's right, and that means my vote went to good use, so I'm very happy. And if you haven't yet downloaded the Love Island app, please do. Actually, someone did inform me in yesterday's video that, what did they say again? Oh yeah, in Ireland they can't actually vote. So people may feel like Ireland are rooting for Dami. They can be rooting for Dami, but they're rooting for him in the spirit. So yeah, if you don't have the app, defo download it, because these votes literally come very randomly, and we definitely need to support our people and also cover for our people that cannot vote for our people. Thank you very much. Let's move on to Paige and Jax. They were the next couple to be saved. Luca and Gemma were next, and Ekin-su and Davide. It was so cute when they were saved. They literally, I think they had like a little kiss, and then they were just holding hands and just smiling. So it's nice to know that Ekin-su and Davide are also the public's faves. Right now, my faves are Ekin-su and Davide, and also India and Dami. So we stan, which means that Andrew and Tasha, Antigoni and Charlie, and Jay and Danica ended up getting the least amount of votes. Now, the public have already done their part, but now they were leaving, and they are going to leave the power in the hands of the islanders. So one girl and one boy is going to be chosen to go home. Personally, okay, let me tell you my theory, right, in terms of who I think should go. On one hand, I think Andrew and Tasha to go. On one hand, I do feel like On one hand, I do feel like Andrew and Tasha should go. You guys have both found love, apparently, so you can go and experience that love outside. On the other hand, I do feel like Charlie needs to go, because he's boring and we can watch paint dry. On the other hand, I feel like Jay needs to go, because he has already experienced a chance at love and hasn't been given he tried to experience a chance at love, and he has also experienced Love Island. Maybe Charlie hasn't had a fair chance. So maybe I feel like Jay should go. But then on the other hand, I also feel like Danica should go, because things aren't looking up, and Antigoni should maybe go as well. So I genuinely feel like anyone can go, but I don't feel like they're going to send Andrew and Tasha home. As you guys know, majority of the islanders in every single season, they have loyalty to their OGs, so they're definitely going to be like this. But in all honesty, I wouldn't be mad to see Andrew and Tasha go, but I don't think they are going to go. So I think that's just my personal theory and wish that is not going to come true. As you guys know, we ended up getting a cliffhanger because the Islanders didn't choose in today's episode. I'm not really surprised. Love Island love doing this to us. So in tomorrow's episode, the Islanders are going to pick for one girl and one guy to go home. And we were also told and shown that Casa Amor is coming. So Casa Amor is coming very, very, very soon. I do predict it's probably going to take or kick off, sorry, and start maybe in July, which is literally tomorrow. Yeah, July's actually tomorrow. So I think Casa Amor is probably going to kick off Friday night into Sunday morning. Sunday evening's episode, or it's definitely going to kickstart on Sunday or Monday. But yeah, Casa Amor is here already. That is very crazy. That means we're pretty much almost halfway into this season. But overall, I do feel like that was a very strong episode. Ekin-su and Davide are back together, and I definitely do stand. Anything else I want to flag up? Nothing else I want to flag up, but I do want to know your thoughts as to who you think is going to go home. I definitely don't think Andrew and Tasha are going to go home, unfortunately, but probably Danica and probably Charlie, because it seems like the girls had more loyalty to Antigoni rather than Danica, and I honestly just feel like that's unfair. But yeah, please let me know down below who you actually think is going to go home. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Sorry guys, I'm actually quite tired. I'm losing my train of thought, but yeah, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. But thank you so much for watching. Please do take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.